we're going to talk about Disney Magic.
Oh,
so yeah, they had an awesome experience from what we saw in the videos on the Disney Magic, and we're going to talk to them about that.
And so if people are interested in going on the Magic, they can find out.
They can find out from Mathew and Lauren.
Yeah.
So let's talk about this a little bit longer, and then we'll get around to introducing them and letting them in. Should we bring them in?
Yes, please.
Okay. Hopefully our autofocus doesn't keep doing that. I'm sorry about that. I don't know why our autofocus is. There's always something with Cruise Day Fun. Yeah, I don't know if that's. I don't know if moving your head closer and further from the camera is going to make the autofocus do better. So, without further ado, it is our absolute pleasure to welcome in a couple of our favorite YouTubers, favorite YouTube creators, favorite vloggers, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
It's Mathew and Lauren.
Yay!
There they are.
Hello. Hello.
What's took you so long?
We hit traffic right passing when we're passing the I would say buffet, but we're not on a ship right now. So.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we hopefully soon, and we'll get into that. But we're all. I mean, I've been watching the people on the Adventure of the Seas this weekend and being very jealous of them, the fact that they get to be on a ship right now. But it'll be soon. We'll be back on a ship. Yeah. So, Mathew and Lauren, for anybody who doesn't know, like I said, an awesome couple. Not too. Yeah, see, Matthew's digging this too much, so I'm not going to lay it on any thicker than I already did. So they're just an average couple, nothing special. So we just randomly picked them out of the phone book. No, they're very entertaining to watch, and I think the last ones your Vegas episodes were probably the last ones you put up, and it was just. Yeah, it's fun watching them, whether they're on a cruise ship, which is our go-to. But hey, Vegas is a cool city too.
Whenever I see them go to Vegas or somewhere, I go like, honey, we should do that.
Yeah. So my first question to you guys is, when are you going to stop going all these expensive places? Please.
While you mentioned that, literally, and I wish I was kidding. Literally, about 20 minutes ago, we just booked another trip.
Oh no!
We're going to Paris in a few months, you guys.
You're going where?
Oh, you love Paris.
Yeah.
Well, you were okay. You were at the Flamingo last time, so you're going to go across the street to the Paris. The Eiffel Tower is nice there. Yes.
I actually had stones from underneath the Eiffel Tower.
You're not supposed to take those.
Well, I didn't know. It was before they.
wasn't the sign.
There were no signs at that when I was there.
Yeah, I took a piece of the wall in Berlin, which dates me.
Ooh.
I took several pieces, but you know what? They tore it down like the next year, so it's fine. It's fine. Guys.
I don't think they'll miss a couple pebbles.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pebbles. Well, I had to pay extra for my luggage coming back. I'll just say that. So it was from the west side too, or.
Not the east side?
It was fine. I think if I was on the wrong side, grabbing parts of the wall. We're getting off topic already.
Yes.
So, Mathew and Lauren, welcome in. We've got a lot of awesome friends of ours who are viewing, and it looks to me like some of them are familiar with you, I'm guessing. But for those people who are watching now or in the future, Mathew and Lauren, we have a link down below to their channel. Be sure to check it out. I don't know if they want you to subscribe or not. I'm going to assume maybe they do, because that way you'll know when they post new stuff, and they're always doing new and different stuff. So be sure to do that.
Subscribe to both of us.
Yeah,
it's not always about. So
or both,
Yep. And so I need to welcome in. Speaking of other people, Eric B from Travel Adventures with Eric B. Welcome in. He appears to be a fan of Vegas, so we get that. You got to check out Mathew and Lauren's videos. Does he have a series on the Flamingo Vegas?
So we made a series, but it's pretty much a series of food reviews because we realized the entire
thing we did.
Yeah, that's the only thing we did. We basically ate food, and so there's like 5 different restaurants that you're gonna get some videos of. But it was delicious. The food in Vegas is phenomenal. But it's pretty much food reviews.
Yeah. Hey, you are preaching the choir. One thing we definitely can appreciate is some food. And I wish the camera had stopped doing that. Are we blurry?
We're blurry
a little
now.
bit. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. it's a good thing we don't do a technology channel because every time we sit down, something goes wrong. Thank you, Will. Welcome in, and thank you for the happy birthdays. And Eric, see, I'm not the only one with a birthday coming up soon.
Exactly.
You just had a birthday.
I did.
Let's move on. We're not supposed to be talking about all this stuff.
Let's talk about
So
magic, Disney.
no, let's not do that. So we have to move on. We have questions. We need answers. The topic is Disney magic.
Yes.
And you may not see us again if our camera doesn't straighten up, but
Totally
at least
fine.
it's a good thing we have guests tonight. I don't know what we're going to do for your special episode if they can't see us.
Well,
That would make it special, I guess.
maybe get puppets.
Puppets. The camera's still blurry.
Oh,
So you get-
they'll focus on the puppets.
No. We need to buy a new camera. I'm so glad we went with an expensive.
Anyways,
We need to ask you about the Disney magic. So
Yeah.
you were on a Disney magic cruise, I believe it was in 2018,
3
Yeah.
years ago.
3 years ago. Oh, we're on focus. Wait a minute. Oh, yay.
Yay.
We'll see how long that lasts. So, Joy, don't move. What? Wait. Oh, I thought you were going to come over and sit next to me. Okay, Matthew, you're me. Okay, Disney magic. So, Joy, do you have a question for them about the Disney magic?
I do. It's a very serious question. Are you ready?
Oh, you're in trouble now.
Yes.
So, when boarding the Disney magic, what was your first impression of the ship?
You can go first.
The first impression while boarding, well, so it had been my very first cruise, so I was just not expecting anything really. I wasn't sure. But one thing that was pointed out to me that Disney does that no other ships do is when you walk on, they ask for your name and then they announce you as if like you're royalty coming
I
on.
know. Isn't that great?
So,
And it's such a unique way to enter because, like, you feel really special just walking on the ship. And then,
Yeah.
like, their atrium is so beautiful. And it was cool. And then, like, 2 minutes after we got on, we were still trying to figure out, like, where do we want to go? Like, do we want to go to the buffet or do we want to go see if our room's ready? And, like, that's when we ran into Belle, I think, right there.
yeah, they're just all over the place.
Yeah, we were
Like, they
just
were just walking around.
Yeah, we were
The
just
characters?
left and right, and we were still in like the whole atrium area, and it was just like we were still like at a loss for like what we were doing, but it was crazy. It was fun.
Yeah, you don't normally bump into them like when you're walking around the theme parks, but they're just
Yeah. It was fun.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, if you go to Disney World or Disneyland, you feel lucky if you're able to catch a glimpse of them or get in line and to wait to talk to them. But yeah, on the Disney ships, you don't have to wait long, and you might
It's like they were just another passenger, just like strolling around.
Yeah.
And for those who aren't familiar with Disney, they are characters from movies that they're talking about.
Yeah,
They
Disney.
met Belle.
Disney is a major
I
corporation
know.
that's based
Poor
on
character.
fun and run by a mouse. So if anybody look it up on Wikipedia if you're not familiar. Yep.
I guess that if we're talking about first impressions too, like there was like a Goofy is on the outside of the ship, just
Yeah. Oh, and the other great thing
what
too.
is he doing, like painting? Or
Yeah,
something?
yeah.
He's just like there.
Well, and the other great thing too is before we even boarded, like, because I know with every cruise line, you board, you take your picture in front of the like the silhouette of the ship.
Uh-huh.
Well, for Disney, you take a picture with basically Mickey before you even start the walk up, and then it's like the long, exciting walk up, and then it's like, okay, cool. Now we're gonna introduce you like your royalty. It's amazing.
So
Yeah.
did you walk? Did they have the Mickey ears, the gold, where you walk through them?
So they didn't have those there because we sailed out of Dover, so
Oh,
it was kind of a like borrowed port. But I know they have those at Port Canaveral.
Yes.
Canaveral? I always mispronounce it.
I did not know they had those. That's all.
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
very
so-
cool. It's in their what do you call it? Their hangar. Before
The
you-
terminal, yeah.
Terminal.
Yep. It sounds like they're familiar. So if
Yeah.
anybody's not familiar, she's talking about the big, I don't know, what do you call
Mickey
that thing
Mouse head?
on the old timey ships that they can make announcements through? I guess it's what it is, but it looks kind of like that, and it's Mickey Mouse ears, and you
Yeah.
walk through. Yeah,
Their
it's very. And
their
I know,
terminal, and they have.
That is.
If you look at their windows, the round circle windows, they have the Disney logos on there.
Okay.
Etched in glass.
This is Pork Canaveral, so we're getting a little off topic, but
that's okay. We'd like to learn about it. I mean, we're gonna end up there some point, hopefully.
Yeah, it's a great experience there. That's our only Disney cruise was out of there.
And maybe more.
You can tell them we booked another Disney cruise yesterday, so yes, that's fine. And we're not going into Dover anywhere exciting like that, but we're looking forward to it.
We're just happy to go on a cruise.
Yes.
Yes.
Anybody else? If you can relate to that feeling, give us a thumbs up. How's that for us? So welcome in MGM Family Travel. Glad you could make it. We're always happy to see you guys are so awesome. And speaking of awesome, we're speaking to Mathew and Lauren, who are telling us about their wonderful experience on Disney Magic. So Lauren mentioned that was her first cruise. So what a way to start your cruising life, to start.
I think that very like, no regrets whatsoever, but also
we set the bar really high.
Yeah, you did.
You did. So
everything else will.
Good luck with that. Yeah. And Travelmobile gave us like 12 thumbs up. So thank you.
Wow.
As long, actually, it should be an odd number. If you hit it an even number, that's not good. Yeah, it cancels out. Anyway, so let's move on. I was gonna say, Mathew, you had been on a Disney cruise before. In fact, I think it might have been the same ship. Was that right?
Yeah, so it was the same ship. So the year prior, I actually went with my mom on the Disney Magic through the Mediterranean.
Oh,
and it was wonderful. And quite literally, like right after I got off that ship, I had so much fun. I came home and we had like been only dating for a couple months, if that. And I'm like, look, I'm booking a flight, or not booking a flight, booking a cruise. We're going on a cruise 1 year from today. And 1 year from then, we went on our first cruise together, and no regrets with it. Hands down, one of the greatest cruise lines out there.
Wow.
That makes it hard for all the other guys who dating. Is like, Mathew took her on a cruise.
Yeah.
What's the first trip I took you on? Probably took you to the Ponderosa Steakhouse or something.
No,
I don't remember.
It was House on the Rock.
That's where I proposed to you.
Oh,
Speaking of proposing,
anyways,
Mathew, you probably could have proposed to her right there on that ship, man. Let's talk about going for it. But you dated for a while, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, you actually did eventually propose.
Yes, we did. We did.
Disney property. We have a problem.
We got engaged at Walt Disney World, and then recently got married last year. And it was fun.
Yeah.
Was it a COVID Zoom wedding?
It was a small little backyard wedding, but it was a fun one. Yeah.
Cool.
Well, congratulations. It's so exciting.
Yes.
They're still newlyweds.
I know. And and we're not.
No, we are.
No, we're not. Well, okay, yes, but we act like newlyweds.
Exactly.
So yes, everybody's anxious to go on a Disney cruise, but it's and expense wise. So you've done it a couple times, and we went to the Bahamas, and we waved at Castaway Cay because we couldn't dock. So we kind of slummed it, relatively speaking. The Mediterranean and Europe on Disney, that seems like that's cream of the crop. Yeah. So expense wise, did you feel like you got your money's worth? And what, if so, what made it worth the kind of money you need to pay for a Disney cruise compared to a comparable cruise on another cruise line?
Yeah.
I think, again, it was my first one, so I had not looked at cruise prices at all, so I didn't know what other ones were priced at. And so in my mind, I was like, yep, this is what cruising costs. Yeah. We're good. And so I think since then, since I've seen other cruise lines and how it is definitely different, we will be going on mostly non-Disney cruises from now on.
Well, every once in a while, I'll go on a Disney cruise.
I think that it's when you definitely we had over a year to get ready for it. Yeah. And we knew that it was coming. And so I think that if we know, especially the fact that we did a Europe one, I think that was pretty,
Yeah.
It's a bucket list one.
And it truly is a very fun cruise line. And I would say the price is worth it. However, they're not the most cost-effective cruises out there.
Mm-hmm.
So it just kind of depends on what kind of cruising experience you're looking for.
Right.
Because, like, yes, you can get a similar experience on another cruise line. However, there's certain things that Disney does that you won't see on other cruise lines. But there's also things on other cruise lines that you won't see on Disney's. Like, you won't see a casino, Disney ship, which is also good for some people. And some people would like to go on cruises and gamble. So it's one of those like pros and cons. Like, do the pros outweigh the cons for the cruise line? And for me, I think we got our money's worth on it, and I think it was a phenomenal cruise. They're just not the most cost effective.
Right.
So the big question is, since going on a Disney cruise, Lauren, would you go on another Disney cruise?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
If someone wants to offer that up, I will take you up on it.
Yeah. We understand. We thought when we booked our one Disney cruise, and I talked her down to a 3-day on Disney Dream. Well, no, I said, we for the money we could do a whole week of cruising and split it between Disney for 3 days and then go Royal Caribbean for 4 days. So we got to experience 2 new cruise lines to us. Yeah. But I would have never thought I'd agree to going on another Disney cruise because I thought the kids would be a bit much. I don't know. What did you think of the cruise from a perspective of, you're not going on there with a bunch of kids, you're not doing a big family thing? I mean, Mathew, I'm assuming you said you went on the Mediterranean one with your mom. You weren't part of a larger family group or anything like that where you had kids in your group?
So one of my favorite things about the Disney Magic is like the adult area itself. Because like on the like adult area of the ship, one, they give you your own pool, which is wonderful, because you have a pool away from all the like kids screaming and everything, and it's very relaxing. But then also for dinner, for the Mediterranean one, and even actually the one we went on, they paired us for dinner with people that were traveling like under the same kind of routes as us. So like for my mom and I, everyone that was in our like table were basically mother-son duos.
Wow,
so I got to meet people that were around my age for that cruise. So I got to basically make friends throughout the entire cruise. And then for our table, when we went, it was these 2 girls that were around our age that went with us, or that we basically got paired with. And so I think Disney goes that little extra bit where they try to make it where everyone, no matter the age, can have fun. And cool. I think being able to be away from all the chaos of the kid pool and still being able to have a fun, relaxing vacation is the best thing.
Have some adult conversations.
Yeah.
I actually loved that they had like a full-on pool too, as opposed to like the other ships. Like it's just like, the adult area has like a spa, which it's nice, but like the pool you were able to like really spread out. So that was cool.
Having a pool, it's amazing.
Yeah, and we didn't find we found that the adult area, at least on Disney, they call it the Cove Pool, and the Cove Cafe is back there. I don't know if it's the same on all the ships, but it didn't seem to. I mean, we weren't there late at night, but during the day, it didn't seem to be all that crowded.
Right. That's where we hung out a lot.
Yeah, we did. And did you do any of the adults only dining or adults only like the evening nightclubs where the kids aren't going to be hanging out?
So we didn't do the dining, which I know on our ship, I think it was Paolo. We didn't do that, but we did do the silent DJ.
Yeah, I don't know when I was in, but there's like the front of the ship had like the whole adult area type thing. Yeah. So they had DJ thing, they had a couple of dance parties, they had the comedian, all of those were all adult only.
Yeah.
Later at night. But it was great.
It was a fun party because like they have like a whole thank you for your support, Lucy. But they it was a fun way to see kind of the atmosphere of the ship kind of change once you go into like the nighttime with it.
Mm-hmm.
So another question that everyone wants to know is what type of cabin?
Don't assume everybody wants to know it.
I want to know.
Okay, Joy wants to know.
Joy wants to know.
Sorry.
What type cabin did you get on your Disney cruise?
Yeah.
So we were on an indoor cabin. It was one of the what was the type class? I don't know. There's two different like types of indoors ones. There's like the indoor one that we had, which had like one bathroom, and then
oh yeah, I had a different indoor one when I went with my mom, but they both were inside cabins. And the inside cabin I had with my mom was I loved a lot because it was I know it was on deck 2, but it had 2 bathrooms, and so one would be for a shower, one would be for the toilet. Which is having the split bathrooms. I never realized how great it is because you can both basically be getting ready at the same time. But I honestly, I love the rooms. The rooms were perfect size on both of them, even without having the split bathroom on the second one.
Did you feel that you had enough room to move around?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. I feel like we spent less time in our room than we thought we were going to, so that was fine. But I also really, really liked how dark it got in there. Because he normally wakes up at like 3 a.m. for some reason. I don't know. But with the indoor inside cabin, it was super dark, and he didn't wake up till like 10. So I got to sleep in time.
Wow.
That is so nice.
That's one of the benefits that I think Joy in particular really enjoyed, because I'm sensitive to sound when I'm sleeping. She's sensitive to light. I think is fair. Yeah. So, and she got the little battery operated little votive candles to put in the bathroom or put over by there. So it was a little bit of light, but yeah, you're right. It's like pitch black in that room when you turn off the lights.
It could have been the jet lag, but I'm going to pretend that it was the light.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So we've got pardon us for a minute here, Mathew and Lauren. We got kind of a self-serving question here. Travelmobile is asking why we don't have any darn t-shirts for our channel. And hey, maybe that's a question for Mathew and Lauren. I don't know if they have t-shirts either. But Travelmobile, I'll be selfish here and I'll just say no, Travelmobile. But tune in next week because we might have news for you. So
dun, dun, dun.
yeah, Joy's working on a special episode next week. I might include something about that.
Exactly.
So yeah, do you guys have any merch or anything for all of us fans? Come on, guys.
Not yet. Maybe down the road, but nothing yet.
Yeah.
We're kind of just enjoying life, and maybe down the road.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's cool. So next question. So the inside cabin. I know we kind of already talked about food, but we got to talk about food. You got any questions you want to ask me about food?
Did you get a Mickey bar in the evening brought to your cabin?
Very specific. I wasn't expecting that one.
When we got room service.
And I think that's the coolest thing about Disney, like cruise line, is 24-hour complimentary room service. Anything on the menu, complimentary. And I think that's the cool thing is it's like literally all inclusive. So yeah, you get a Mickey bar sent to you at like 3 a.m. if you really want one.
So it was coming up towards the end of our trip, and we realized like, hey, we haven't done the room service thing yet. We have to do it. We have to take advantage of this. So we got room service. We got the Mickey bar, obviously, because you can't not. And then we got a bunch of other what we thought were small plates of a bunch of random things. We got it all. Turns out that it was enough for like 3 meals. We ate it all, and then we went to dinner an hour later, and our waiter was like, "What were you thinking?" And we were like, "We weren't."
Yeah.
We weren't.
Oh my goodness!
Wow. Yeah, that's one thing we didn't get.
No, we were so busy.
Yeah, well, we kept forgetting
somehow
too.
Forgot.
And we also heard you could ask about the cake of the day, which we mentioned in a video or two we've done before. But we didn't ask. We didn't do it. Yeah, we got to remember. Maybe they won't have it anymore. They'll be sorry, COVID. No more cake.
Never. They can't take away the cake.
Zazzle. Okay, that's cool. Okay, so let's move on to well, we're not finished with food yet, are we? We got to. Let me ask you, for people who don't know, maybe you might want to briefly explain what rotational dining is on Disney and what your experience was with the main dining rooms. What your favorite memories or anything like that.
So rotational dining it's truly the one thing that kind of sets Disney apart from pretty much any other cruise line, because they have on all their ships 3 main dining rooms, and so each dining room has some sort of theme or atmosphere or something going on with it. And the table you're like assigned with, you're basically going to travel every night to a different dining room with that table, and your waiter will go with you too. So the great thing is, like, if you have like a certain thing that you always get, like let's say you always get like a Coke right when you sit down, like since you have the same waiter every single time, he's going to bring it to you every single time before you even pretty much sit down, which is amazing service. But the dining rooms are amazing. So I know when we went, we had Lumiere's, which was a like Beauty and the Beast inspired dining room. It was kind of like more like an elegant one. We had Animator's Palette, which it's kind of like a dinner show. So it's like, without spoiling too much for those who haven't been on it, you basically, like, the entire dining room comes to life mid-meal, and it's truly an experience. And then we actually went on it right when they added Rapunzel's royal table, so I got to experience the dining room prior to it before they moved it in with my mom, which was karaoke's. But Rapunzel's royal table, it's Rapunzel basically hanging out with you, and each night was a different theme. So one night we had like the ruffians in there. Yeah.
Like the time when they were in Corona, and it was all like the festival time.
Yeah, it was great. It was such an experience because it was literally a dinner show. So you'd be sitting down, and they and like the Snuggly Duckling characters would basically come out and start singing to you. The final night, Rapunzel came out and sang with Flynn, and it was fun. It makes it unique because you're constantly rotating, so you have something new to see every single night. And I think that's what sets Disney apart.
Yeah.
So are the menus different too for every?
Oh yeah. So every night the menu is different, but it fits the theme for, like, if there's a theme for that night at all, which there's usually only one theme night, which actually you haven't gotten to experience the Pirates night. But for ours we had one Frozen night. But if there's a theme night, they'll fit it to that. But if there's not, it'll kind of fit towards whatever that night is. So like when we had the Snuggly Duckling take over Rapunzel's royal table, it was kind of like that theme. And we got to try this cupcake.
There's the fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
So I don't think this was what was going on here?
Oh gosh.
That was Mathew doing his smolder.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't handle it. It was
yeah.
That's awesome.
That was Rapunzel's royal table.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. I was trying to do the smolder, and yeah.
It worked.
Yeah, I love it. Now, and then there's okay, so that's Mathew. What's going on here? What's going on with Lauren here?
Oh,
Yeah, that's
my type of girl.
For adults on the magic. Then they did some tastings. So that was a rum tasting. I realized that I do not like rum, but other people in the room really, really enjoyed it.
Oh, it's not wine, it's rum?
Yes.
Rum and wine glasses.
I see.
Yeah.
At the beginning, they were like, "Oh, look at all these wonderful," and they basically held it like a wine tasting. They're like, it has notes of this, and you could, like taste some of this, and it's made, barrel, blah blah blah. And then at the end, he's like, "And if you really want to, I could give you a can of Coke. You can mix it." And I was like, "I'm done. I can't do this."
Wow. Yeah,
Wow.
that's the thing. I mean, my buddy is a big rum guy. I'm a whiskey guy, and I'll drink rum, I guess, straight from time to time, but that's very rare. It seems like that's on a cruise. It needs to be mixed with like a frozen something.
Yeah.
It was rough.
They have a couple of them. So the rum, so those go by pretty.
Oh, what'd you do? Where'd they go?
I messed up.
Once you're able to like check in for the cruise and such, but they do have a couple of different classes. They had the rum tasting. They had a couple other ones. I know that you did a.
Yeah, I did a mixology one where basically it was a mixture of a bunch of different things where they actually taught you how to
get the cocktails.
Yeah, where they taught you how to make the cocktails, and I did this one on my cruise that I went with my mom, and they taught me how to make like a layered shot, which I've never known how to do. All the way down to like your classic martinis, to like all of your favorite like cocktails. But the cool thing is you got to make like I think we made like 5 different drinks, and then you basically had like 5 cocktails.
Oh wow.
ship was definitely rocking hard after that.
Yeah, and I bet Matthew, you headed off to bed early that night.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's such an amazing experience, and it really brings out the kid in you. I'm not talking about the cocktails in particular now. I'm talking about the Disney cruise. But for anybody that's watching that's not familiar with the Disney cruises, I'm sure you'll agree, but there are plenty of opportunities for you to enjoy adult experiences like cocktail tasting, like the special areas just set aside for you. Special dining, and whether you're traveling with family and kids and you want some time separate, because you're going to go to the kids club or do their own thing, or you're traveling like both of the couples you see on screen now, where you're just like big kids at heart.
Yes.
There's something for everybody. It really is.
Yeah. There really is. Yeah.
So let's talk about aside from the adult areas. Where on the Disney Magic, and each of you can answer if you want, if you have a different answer, where would you say was your favorite go-to spot? Where do you miss? Where would you like to go back to sometimes when you're having a rough day at work and you just love to go off and have a blast or just relax somewhere on the Disney Magic?
I have a spot. Do you have a spot?
I have 2 spots.
Okay, you go first.
Okay.
You go first.
So my first is in where all like the pub, restaurant, adult area type spaces. This specifically on the Magic, they have these giant portholes.
Oh yeah,
and they have little seats in them, so you can just kind of sit in a porthole and look out as the train going past.
Oh, that's great.
That was really nice, and they had like some nice instrumental music going on, and it's a pretty quiet part of the ship during the day because there's not really much happening up there. So that was my first favorite spot, and then my second was. And this is probably because of the time of day, but what we would do is we would get breakfast in the morning from the buffet and then go up to the top deck. Yeah. And we would eat up there, and it was just completely wide open. There weren't as many tables as the dining room had, but there were enough. And so like really we were like the only ones up there a couple of times. Yeah. But we were up there eating breakfast, and that's usually when we were like coming into the port, so you could see the towns. Yeah.
So are you talking about an outdoor area up there on an upper deck?
So I have a mini version of the ship.
Oh, okay. Here we go. Okay, let me zoom in here.
But the dining room or the buffet is like right here, on like this little area right there, and basically you would take a staircase right up to the top deck right here.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
I found this and decided it would help out.
Outdoors, the top deck, right above the buffet.
Yeah. My personal favorite area that I miss, and it's mostly because one of the greatest memories I have on that cruise, because there was a lot of memories that were made, but my favorite memory was when we were leaving Stockholm, standing at the front of the ship. There's this like small railing, so you're feeling the breeze coming in. But it is one of the greatest spots to see everything, because you have like 180 degrees of just seeing everything going past you. And I've never seen Sweden before until that day. And Sweden, fun fact of the day, is basically like 5 million islands. And so when you're passing like all these little islands, big islands, everything in between, and making U-turns around these islands, like it's one of the coolest viewing spots, and I think that's my favorite place that I miss.
It's basically the ending of the world spot.
Yeah, it is.
Wow. Yeah, it kind of sounds like cruising. Well, closest thing we've experienced is cruising Alaska, where you have so much to see. So much.
You got to try Alaska. I hope it opens up again.
We're not talking about that. We're in the colder country. Which, speaking of that, we got to ask you about one of your experiences with was this a show on the ship?
Yeah. So something unique that we learned that's only on the Disney Magic during like the Northern Europe, like Norway or Northern Europe through the Baltic cruises, they have a frozen night where. On all the other ships, and that's why she hasn't actually experienced a pirate night. So they normally have pirate nights where they shoot fireworks off. However, when you're in Northern Europe, the sun goes down at like 10 p.m. So they're not going to shoot fireworks off. So instead they do a frozen night where they make it snow. on the ship.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
that's clever.
And it's amazing. It's like a whole production they do on the top deck, and it makes it like a lot of fun.
Was Olaf there?
Olaf was there.
Oh no.
He's my favorite character.
Okay, let's not talk about that. We're not doing a European Disney Magic cruise. We just booked a cruise yesterday.
I know.
Come on now.
You can always book more cruises, though.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's easy. Okay, so let's move on. Did you have another question for them?
I do.
Great.
Lauren, when you were on the Disney Magic, was there any particular staff that blew you away or that totally impressed you?
Somebody by name, specifically. Just kidding.
No,
Kidding.
just kidding.
I feel
Yeah,
so
get-
bad.
No. What did you think of the staff
What-
on Disney?
Yes.
I don't know anyone really particular, but like one of the things that I was impressed by, and this is just cruising in general, is that like everyone who works on the cruise has like 15 jobs. So like we were like our so we had our waiter, she was with us, she followed us through every single night, and we were there for 11 nights, so we were there for like with her a while, but we would see her at night. Every single night she would be at our table, but then we would also see her working the breakfast buffet or working like the pizza bar or like working like in a bunch of other areas. And I'm just like, how are you doing all of this? And like, so it was her for like food and beverage. And then like we saw a bunch of the entertainment people too. I mean, they're pretty like, like they're, you can really recognize what they look like because they're on stage for an hour and a half and you're staring at them. But so you're watching them do the nighttime entertainment, and then the next day they're like running a bingo. It's like they're everywhere. And so everybody's just doing like 10 or 15 things. And I'm just like, you guys are, oh my gosh, it's impressive.
It's impressive because like they are truly like team no sleep. Like it's amazing. But they love what they do, and that's what makes it amazing.
Yeah. Wow.
And they're smiling.
They are smiling. And hopefully they're actually happy smiling. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So we all miss those views. That's definitely for sure. So I forgot what I was gonna ask. I know what I was gonna ask. I have another. I don't know if this is a Mathew question or a Lauren question, but when you were on the Disney Magic and you went to, I think it was for Rapunzel's, or at least it was at that restaurant. Mathew, were you all uncomfortable when a man with a hook tried to take Lauren away from you?
That was a fun night. That was a very fun night. Like those characters, like it was such a unique dining experience because we didn't even know what we were walking into at first because you didn't know until you like turn the corner and you're like, oh, here comes like the theme for the night. Like they don't tell you ahead of time, like, hey, it's gonna be this. And I think that's what made the whole atmosphere, and I loved it. It was great. He
came back from that trip like obsessed with the two of them.
Yeah.
All of the cupcakes. All of the cupcakes.
The cupcakes?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, that was Attila made cupcakes for us.
Wow.
It was
just like you latched onto a word there.
Yeah.
You didn't have enough cupcakes from your birthday the other day? Anyway, so yeah, that just
there's nothing wrong with having a cupcake.
Yes. So other experiences you had on board, the different Disney ships, I believe, have different themes. Like the Star Wars are some of the ships now. Do you want to tell us about any experiences like that?
Yeah, so that picture actually that you see there, that was when we were exploring the kid area. So this is actually in the kids area. And the photo you showed earlier with the me on the bed, the only time adults can really view those areas is like on embarkation day. And I highly recommend explore them because I swear they have cooler areas for the kids than they do for like anyone else. But yeah, it's the kid. I think that's the other thing that made me excited was like the kids have like an entire deck just dedicated to them. And so like it's not like just one little room. It's like it's massive. And they have it set up too where like the characters can like sneak in, come in and say hi to them without having to like get bombarded by the adult kids wanting to get pictures.
Yeah.
So it's
We're not that bad.
but yeah, I love the kid area. Is honestly, it's a hidden gem on Disney ships.
Yeah. Yeah.
But check it out on Embarkation Day. Otherwise, you're not going to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good point. So, and then let's see. You sent us so many great photos. I just want to pop up a couple more here. So
that was the premiere night. So for Christopher Robin.
Yep.
So yeah, when we were sailing, we sailed on the day that
Christopher Robin premiered in theaters.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So at midnight on the ship, so midnight ship time, they rolled out a red carpet. That's why we're in kind of like our pajamas and stuff. Sort of. And we they rolled out a red carpet and did a premiere at sea. And they premiered Christopher Robin for the first time in front of all of us.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's the nice thing about going
Mhm.
on a Disney is you get to see pre-released movies.
Well, yeah, and we've been on other cruises where you get to watch a movie by the pool or whatever, and that's a really cool experience. But it's usually not like a brand new movie. And with Disney, you get to watch stuff that's in the theaters, or like in your case, one that is just coming out.
Yeah.
The premiere.
And that was another thing. Like they had a theater that was strictly like dedicated to just watching movies. Like they had movies running all day.
Yeah. They have like a physical like movie theater on the Disney Magic, and it can sit like I want to say like a couple hundred in there. And yeah, the entire day is just Disney movie after Disney movie. And what was cool when they premiered Christopher Robin was, which by the way, that was a phenomenal movie. But when they premiered it, it was that was on the big stage, but it was midnight in the time zone we were currently in, which basically meant we saw it like 8 hours before anyone else.
Even better.
Yeah. You could still get your popcorn and stuff.
Oh yeah,
watching a movie.
You gotta have
you gotta have popcorn.
And it was great. Like it was a fun experience because if seeing a movie for the first time with like a Disney movie for the first time with crazy Disney fans is the coolest experience.
Yep.
Totally proud.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. And you get to was it Chip and Dale? We were rewatching one the other day where you guys are
bad for Dale. Oh no, Chip.
No, yeah. You made Chip feel bad. That's right. So we just saw this.
You made Chip cry.
So yeah, you again. I know you already mentioned this about how you can interact with the characters directly, and you don't have to wait in line. You don't have to push kids out of the way. You don't have to get to Disneyland early in the morning. They're all over the place.
Yeah, they really are. And like, there were so many times we would just be walking like, just literally like around the ship, and then it's like, boom, here comes the character out of nowhere, and it's just like they are everywhere. Yeah, that one is from Formal Night. And we were heading to our dinner, and we ran into Goofy. So,
wow,
yeah.
Goofy cleans up good.
Yeah,
fun party type thing in the.
Oh yeah, and that was the other cool thing too. Yeah, with the in the atrium. Yeah, so one thing I learned on my cruise with her, that I didn't know on my cruise with my mom, which I wish I knew. The Formal Night, and this might have been just for longer cruises, so I can't verify if it's for everything. But the captain throws a party. All the drinks are free during that party.
Nice.
It was amazing. It was amazing. Like we didn't know until we were like waiting because the restaurant we were going to that night with the whole rotational dining was the one like right in front of it. And so we're kind of waiting for the door to open, and then like a lady comes over with a tray and is like, "Which one?" And we're like, you know what, you're offering it, so let's try this. Like, let's go. And we were waiting for her to like charge us, and then she's like, "Okay, cool." And she kept walking. We're like, sweet. Like,
wow,
nice surprise.
So Lauren grabbed a big glass of rum.
Yes.
This is before our rum testing. I had no idea.
Yeah.
Well, that's amazing. Yeah, I guess not everything is it's called the Navigator, right? On Disney, their daily news.
Navigator.
Yeah. It's everything. There's surprises. There's stuff that may not even be in there, and just by being out and around, you might experience something special.
Run into a character or experience something fun.
And I think that's what makes Disney, because even when you go to like Disney World or Disneyland, like they have like this set schedules for things, but it's like Disney likes to do their like surprise and delights, and you never know when that's going to happen. You don't know when it's going to like where it's going to happen. I heard rumor, which we didn't see, but I heard rumors that like in the middle of the night, sleepwalking Goofy appears, and he's just like sleepwalking throughout the ship. I never saw him. I've seen videos of him sleepwalking.
Really? We didn't know about that.
Yeah, but you have to catch him like literally in the middle of the night. And
well, don't wake him up. That's not safe. Yeah. Wow, I had never heard of that.
Huh.
Yeah.
So, we wow, time is flying here. We need to ask you a couple more quick questions. You want to ask them?
So you have your Paris cruise, and is it with Disney or is it with another one?
So,
Oh yeah, Paris is just going to Paris. We weren't doing a
Cruise.
Oh, you're not doing a cruise?
Yeah.
Honey, stay on the cruise topic. This is cruise day fun. Anyway.
Oh, what's our next cruise coming up? I think it's Ensenada.
Yeah, our next one is actually going to be with Royal Caribbean. We've never done Royal Caribbean before, so that's going to be fun. We're going to be on the Navigator. I think it's the Navigator. We have so many cruises booked that we're just like, we lose track of which one's which. But
must be tough.
We just had a bunch got canceled, and now we're like, what do we do?
That must be tough to have so many cruises.
Well, they had some canceled, so it's only fair. Well, that's awesome. So we need to ask you before we run out of time here. We need to ask you to tell people watching, because some people, believe it or not, some people that are watching, maybe even live, but certainly in the future, are going to be like, this Mathew and Lauren, these people are good people. What's the deal with them? So tell us about your channel. I mean, I mentioned in the beginning, but tell us what people will find on your YouTube channel, Mathew and Lauren Vlogs.
Yeah, so I mean, you'll find a little bit of everything. So, I mean, we go to Disneyland a lot. I mean, right now it's a little harder to get in and everything, but we go to Disneyland a lot. We love cruising, we love vacationing, and so you'll find basically all kinds of adventures. We love eating, so like 90% of our videos are going to be food or food
My dad
reviews.
makes fun of me. He's like, "Do you do anything else?" And I was like, "No."
Yeah.
No.
But yeah, it's honestly, I think the biggest thing is just if you're open to adventures and unique trips, and right now we have a lot of international trips booked. Hopefully we can get to all of them. So soon we'll probably be an unofficial travel channel type thing. But yeah, it'll be fun. We have a lot of trips booked.
So are you planning on having those
you have anything else?
Trips on your YouTube channel?
Oh, absolutely. So yeah, I know we have a mini vacation. We're going back to Vegas again in a few weeks. Because we're actually not too far from Vegas, so it's a short like little drive over there. But yeah, we plan on videoing it. And there are sometimes that we video things that we're just like that either we just decide not to post it, or we just decide like it's not quality enough for us to post, so we skip it. But honestly, you'll see everything from us going to baseball games to us going on trips around the world.
Wow.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and you guys really do. And for everybody watching, be sure to check out Mathew and Lauren Vlogs. They have a great YouTube channel, like you've been hearing from them here. You know, they're just down to earth, fun people. They love Disney. They love life. They love travel.
There you go.
They like
just
stuff.
Like us.
That's why we like them so much. They're really smart. So check out the link down below. We've got them linked down below in the description. Click on that. Go visit their channel. I'm going to be linking a video that I think we've got the first video from their series from the Disney Magic. If you want to see more about what that specific experience was like, we'll have that linked on there for the replay. Those of you in the future, so we'll have that on there for you. So be sure to check that out. And we want to thank Mathew and Lauren for joining us.
Yeah, we really appreciate you coming.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us. It was a wonderful time.
And
lots of fun.
And happy birthday again.
Oh, please. Yes. I think I'm past the age where I need to celebrate that. But thanks for mentioning it, man. Oh, boy. So, again, Mathew and Lauren, great to have you on. And we hope to see you again. We'll be watching you. But hopefully we'll get a chance to talk again soon and maybe have you back before too long, if you will put up with us again.
Oh, absolutely. We would love to be back.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for joining us. Talk to you later.
Thanks for watching.
Bye. So that was Mathew and Lauren from Mathew and Lauren Vlogs.
They're so
Awesome
sweet.
couple, as you could tell from watching. Just a fun couple, and we could watch them for hours. Fortunately, if you didn't get enough of them there, you can go check out their channel.
Definitely.
Link down below in the description. Be sure to check that out and subscribe to them if you haven't already, because they're definitely one of our go-to channels that we watch every time we see something new come out.
Yeah. Gives us great ideas for vacations.
Yeah, absolutely, and makes me worry about the budget, but that's a different story. So check them out and subscribe. You can subscribe to us too if you want.
Give us a thumbs up if you like this video, or give them a thumbs up too.
We'll share the thumbs up. We'll split that. We'll split that. And it looks like they had a good time, and they appreciated all of you for watching. And those of you who were able to join us live, even though we sometimes got a little blurry, we wanted to thank you for joining us live. For those of you watching in the future, we appreciate you too. But be sure to check us out in Mondays at 7 o'clock Eastern time. We will be back and hopefully in focus again. Thank you to all of you for watching, and thank you to Mathew and Lauren Vlogs. We'll see you next time.
All right. Thanks for watching. Bye.
There you go.